Now, some people consider Air Jordan 1 mids to be fake Air Jordan 1 highs. But in all reality, the Air Jordan 1 mid is an actual mid. Let me prove it to you. What's going on? You know who it is, MTIP. That is Mr. Think I'm Possible, where I challenge you to think that I'm possible. We're gonna take a look at the Jordan 1 mids, Taxi, and the Jordan 1 high, Taxi, as our example. And I'm going to give you 8 different examples on how the Jordan 1 mids are different than the highs. Guys, there's more than 8 differences, so let me know down below what differences that you know, but we're gonna start with the cut. All right, now ultimately, the reason why I wanted to start with the cut of the shoe itself is, well, that's actually the reason why it's the difference between a high, a mid, and a low, is the actual cut. So if we take a look at the Jordan 1 high Taxi, we're just gonna take a look at the measurement here. We can actually see the difference. Now, for respect, and I guess, of the mid, I pulled out a Jordan 3 Reimagined, one of my favorite kicks, by the way. I think that's gonna be sneaker Jordan 3 of the year right there. But I pulled out the Jordan 3 Reimagined, and I will let you be the judge to let me know if the Jordan 3 is an actual mid-cut shoe or if it's considered a high. Take a look at the differences between the two. Take a look at the Jordan 3, take a look at the Jordan 1 mid, and take a look at the cuts. And here, we can actually agree that the Jordan 1 mid is an actual mid-cut sneaker. What do you think? Which leads us to number 2, which is going to be the tongue and the tab, the Nike tab that is on the tongue between the Jordan 1 high and the Jordan 1 mid. If you take a look, on the Jordan 1 high, we're actually gonna have that old school slim cut, that Nike Air tab that just looks very nice, that complements the shoe very well. And if you just take a look at the Jordan 1 mid, we kind of have like that bulkier tab that's on it. And then we also kind of have like a, generally speaking, it's gonna be a bulkier tongue as well. But tell me, which one do you like? And for number 3, that's going to bring us to the toe box. Now, if you take a look at the toe box on the Jordan 1 high versus the Jordan 1 mid, you'll be able to see that the toe box in that area on the high is going to be a little bit wider versus what's on the mid. These right here are going to be the same size. This is the same size sneaker, but here in detail, you will be able to see that the toe box on the high is just slightly bigger, which leads us to number 4, which will be comfort. And before we get into comfort, since I have you there, since I have you right there, go on and tap that like button. Subscribe to your boy. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate all the love that you guys showed me on the gratitudes. But let's go ahead and talk about comfort. So when it comes to comfort, generally speaking, the highs are going to be more comfortable versus the mids. The sizing is going to be exactly the same, so it's all true to size. So if you wear a size 12 or size 13 or whatever size you are in the highs, it'll be the same exact fitting and size adjustment for the mids. But generally speaking, because the mids do tend to have a different type of materials that's used on it, the comfort level is going to change. Also, the interior padding is going to change as well. So right around that ankle collar, sometimes on the mids, it can be a little bit different than the highs. The same thing with the tongue. So if the tongue is going to be different, once again, that's all going to have an impact on comfort. That's just my 2 cents on it. So for number 5, I'm going to point out the obvious, or maybe the not so obvious, but that's going to be the eyelets on the shoe. The Jordan 1 high is going to have 9 eyelets for you to lace with, and the Jordan 1 mids only have 8. So here we can take a look at this example, and you can see exactly where the mids are missing an eyelet, but that is another difference between the two. Less or fewer eyelets. on the mids. Yes, sir. Now, number six is going to be a good one. The one that we all really do care about. And that's simply just going to be the quality. The quality on the ones are going to be better than the quality on the mids. Take a look at the mid. The mid is going to have that synthetic looking leather. Some of that leather actually might even look tumbled, but if you just feel that mid from the ankle collar right on down to the mid panel, to the toe box, to the toe cap, if you just feel that materials there, it might have that look or the appearance of tumbled leather, but in reality, it's not going to be that tumbled leather, it's going to be that synthetic. And then when you take a look at the highs, especially on these taxis in particular, it's the reason why I use these, because the taxis do have that tumble. I mean, it's just like nice and soft. This is just an underrated shoe. But if you just take a look at that mid panel there, that mid paneling, man, they just gave us so much good quality on these taxis. These taxis are currently going for below retail. It is a dope kick. But the quality for sure is going to make a difference between the mids and the highs, which leads us to our next point. Because of quality, it's going to be the pricing. So we all know that there will be a difference in the cost between the two. Generally speaking, because, hey, prices have changed, right? From 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, right? Within the past couple of years, we've seen a difference in price. So generally speaking, a mid is going to go for right about $135, and a Jordan 1 high is going to go for $180. Generally speaking, that's going to exclude any type of collabs, anything like that. But I'm talking about Jordan 1s. In particular, that's going to be the difference. And once again, I personally don't expect the Jordan 1 mid to cost as much as the high because of the quality, what we just talked about. So number 7 is going to be the pricing. Listen, Nike, hear me. You have us spending $180 for Jordan 1 highs. Please, please, please give us the quality that we want. If you're gonna charge us for it, give us what we want. The mids, I understand, but for the highs, please give us the quality. But let me know what you think down below. All right, and of course, number 8 is going to be something really simple, but also it's important to me because, look, those that know me, you know I'm a big fan of presentation. So number 8 is going to be the box. Now, if we take a look at the Jordan 1 box, right, on the mid, let's start with the mid. We're going to have that gold Jumpman right there on top of the box. Very, very basic. And we're also going to get that gold 23 right there in the corner of the box. Extremely basic when it comes to the boxing. But when we turn around and take a look at the high, Nike typically likes to give us a big old Nike swoosh and the Nike emblem right in the front there. And on all 4 corners of the box, Nike likes to kind of give us a little bit of presentation. There are also many times when they like to switch it up and give us a little bit of a special tissue paper on the inside of the box as well. Now, there is an exception to the rule, right? Because not all mids are created equal. So for the mids, the SEs, which are the special editions, they tend to give us a different box. And on that mid box, we have that Jordan Wings logo, which is a nice little touch, if I can say so myself. But let me know, do you care about the box and presentation? Comment down below. So in closing, it doesn't matter what you like to rock, whether that's mids or highs, and for whatever the reasons are, because we all have our own reasons, whether that's for price point, maybe that's ease of access, maybe it's for the colorway, maybe it's for comfort, maybe it's just whatever reason that you want it to be. But you know what? You rock and wear your kicks any way you want to rock and wear them. That's it. That is it. Maybe some people don't want to stand in line and do the raffle. Look, I'm a raffle guy. I like to go to set my reservations. I hit raffles. But maybe some people just don't want to do all of that extra. So if they cannot get the one, they go ahead and cop the mid and they're happy. Everyone has their own reasons. So let me know. In closing, do you like mids? Guys, I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the views. And I appreciate you. We're out of here. Thanks for checking out the content. Thanks for showing your boy some love. And I'll catch y'all on the next one.